Good morning and welcome to another edition of Whips of Cracking's Racing Review Show. On a panel with me this morning, as usual, I have form analyst Dean Moses. Good morning, Dean.
Good morning.
We'll be discussing yesterday's Caulfield meeting where we saw some stars really flex their muscle and establish themselves as superstars of the game, I guess. And I'd like to thank Elizabeth Lane for allowing us to use her Fairfield Heights TAB agency, where we're allowed to host a show. Make no mistake, it's the best TAB in the West. Two other things: remember to gamble responsibly and go your Dragons. Now, we'll kick off the day by discussing the Caulfield Guineas. Mate, what was your take on that race?
Basically, with the Caulfield Guineas, all the focus was basically around Turak Toff and I Love This City, but Anachiever was really impressive. I noticed that this big, strong Anabar colt made it 3 from 3 this spring preparation to stamp himself as possibly the best 3-year-old colt in the country at the moment. You've got to remember that he's a half-brother to the AJC Derby winner Head Turner, who finished second to Benicio in the 05 VRC Derby. I think the stable's actually ruled out a Derby run for this colt. They're possibly going to the Coolmore, I think, but I think if he does go for a spell, look out for him in races in the autumn like the Randwick and the Rosehill Guineas. I think this horse has still got a lot of maturity ahead of him, and that's also going to translate into many lengths of improvement. Run for Levi ran his usual honest race, did all the donkey work early and fought on well for second, but he was really no match for the winner. I thought Masquerader ran a nice race, finished third and was aided by the blinkers. Apart from that, I think I Love This City's pulled up lame, and I don't think Turak Toff saw out the strong 1600.
Yeah, look, I agree. I'm not convinced that Turak Toff is a miler myself. I thought he was a risk yesterday. Being wide from about probably 600-700 metre mark didn't help him, but clearly he doesn't run out a mile yet, this horse, and probably he's just better off being restricted to 12 to 1400 metres. Now, in my preview, I tipped Anachiever, and I said that this colt's good enough to be both a Guineas winner and a Derby winner, and I maintain that is still the case if they decide to go that way. I mean, he's bred to run a mile out, 2500 metre distance of the Derby out, and you know, we see in the spring especially, 3-year-olds don't need to be like outstanding Dow stayers or anything like that to win a Derby. You've just got to be brilliant to win a Derby. Over the years, we've seen horses like Mahogany who ended up winning Lightnings and Newmarkets and such, won 2 Derbies. So you don't need to be an out-and-out stayer to win a Derby in the spring. This horse could do it without any shadow of a doubt, and I'm surprised that they're even considering reverting back to the Coolmore, the 200 metres of the Coolmore. That's just, anyway, that's their issue to deal with. Besides that, I mean, Run for Levi did run well, but it's leader-dominated track, so, you know, that probably aided him. Of the others in the race, I Love This City. Maybe he pulled up lame, but I think there's always an excuse for the Beef Brigade. The horses that I highlighted a couple of weeks back as black bookers and horses to follow, one was Rekindled Interest and the other one was Smoke and Joey. Now, Rekindled Interest, he's unlucky every time he goes around. Something happens, something always goes amiss during the run, and he flashes home, and he did so again yesterday. That's a horse that certainly should go towards the Derby. He's out of a Blushing Groom, not a Blushing Groom, Rainbow Questmare, who's by Blushing Groom. Now, this horse is bred to get a distance, so I hope they continue on towards the Derby path for him, because he'll win a big race. The other one, Smoke and Joey, made a lot of ground out wide yesterday from back in the field, and it was difficult to do so yesterday, so he's on target. He looks like a stayer to me as well. He might take the Derby path. The only thing that concerns me about him is he's out of a blazing sword there, which doesn't suggest that he'll run a distance, but everything this horse does, his action, his galloping style, the way he hits the line suggests that he will. So I still consider them 2 horses to follow through the rest of the 3-year-old spring. So apart from that, mate, you touched on Masquerader, and I gave him a big chance before the race. Now, I don't know where they get this mowing from. Why? He's costing his last 2 starts. He's ridden him terribly. He hasn't had much luck in running. He's relied on riding for luck and making his own luck. And they continuously bring these overseas riders here to put on these horses when you can be using the locals around Caulfield and who know the track and know how to ride the track. He probably should have just about won the race, I thought, had he been ridden better. He got shuffled back, got lost at about the 800 metre mark, which cost him the race. Hope they learn from this, but I don't think they will. That's all I want to say regarding the Caulfield Guineas. Anything else to add?
Just touching on Masquerader, I think we see the best of Masquerader when he gets a lot of galloping room. I noticed with his first up win at Rose Hill that day that Michael Rod rode him quiet, pull him out to the outside, and he just left him for daylight. And I think that's when we see the best of him. When he's cooped up on the fence, I just don't think he likes it.
He's got a big race in him too, though. He's a very nice horse. All right, that's a wrap.